Hello viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. How are we all today, wherever you are in the world when you're watching? A huge shout out to you. Okay, so today I want to look at a bit of a phenomena. So what do I mean by that? Some of the senators went against what the former guy, Trump, I can think of some not so nice words for description there, but I won't use them. They've gone against, he wanted them to vote down that infrastructure bill, not to support it, I should say. Instead, they've done the opposite. And of course, and also Mitch McConnell. So that will be interesting. He then responded by calling Mitch McConnell a crow, an old crow. Mitch McConnell came back to him and said, well, that's a compliment because that's the name of a bourbon. And yeah, so look, it's Trump. What that tells me is that Trump's political influence is waning amongst some members of the GOP. Not all, but some. So this is what I want to ask. How are the GOP? It's sort of like a crying, whining baby. That's the way he's appeared, because even his own base want that infrastructure bill passed, or an infrastructure bill passed. So, you know, if you haven't got political leverage, what do you revert to? You revert to whining, and pretty soon nobody listens to you because your political clout has gone. I mean, that's the way it works, isn't it, in politics? I wish it would work another way, but it doesn't. Okay, so let's have a look at... let's just kick it up a bit and ask, is Trump's political influence on the wane? Is Trump's political influence on the wane? So he's got a monkey on his back is what I'm seeing. He's carrying something. He's hunched over. He has something. What is he carrying? What is it that they know? Because this is what happens. There's like blood in the water, and the sharks are circling. What is this? What is this that he's carrying that they know he's carrying? Okay, what is this? So I think what they are doing or what they are feeling, suspecting, even knowing, because I'm seeing like whispering, like talking, almost like intelligence being traded, not traded, that's not the right word, but intelligence being leaked to them, that they know that he's going to have a high level of exposure. And so they are going to systematically and strategically distance themselves from him. I thought this might happen a few months ago. It didn't happen as quickly as what I thought, and it probably won't happen as quickly as what we want it to happen. But I do see the signs of it. Okay, so is Trump's influence, political power on the wane? Is his political power on the wane? In many ways, he's going to overshoot in the future. So we have here the Four of Pentacles. So, the Four of Pentacles talks about, insecurity. But also in this deck, I'm using my SpellCasters deck. I had to think there. I've got so many decks these days. And ones I don't use for a while, I forget about. So here we have somebody shoring up money. So there's something around money that those Chinese whispers or some sort of intelligence leak. It's sort of, if you didn't see the deep throat type of FBI, because I'm seeing those kind of really, that kind of era, the dark cars and stopping in a isolated place and messages going from someone to someone else. This is around the money. There's something that Trump is compromised, obviously, with that they know is going to come out. So they're not as inclined to be seen with him. And politically, opposition to the infrastructure bill is not in their best interest. So they're all feeling a bit insecure about their ties, including the January the 6th committee and what it might find out too. Yeah, it's compromised. They know or have it on, it's been leaked that something's going to emerge here around Trump and his money. This could mean 1,001 things as well, including what he's doing with the campaign funds that he is raising. So it's kind of like politically he's not such a good bet. Never was, but anyway. So the 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment, miracles, things happening unexpectedly. We're going to find out, and I've always said this, we're going to find out about money he raked in during the presidency, who gave what, this Barrick indictment, and I did say Eastern District of New York, through EDNY, is really significant. The SDNY Giuliani investigation is equally significant. The Manhattan DA's and the New York Attorney General's investigation all going to bring forward the same thing. Compromised. He was compromised. How? Because of the money. So in the past, we've got a new start, the Fool card. This is in the past. They decided probably not in their best interest. They had to make a decision after January the 6th. They could have broken away from him then, and they didn't. They chose not to. They chose a slow kind of process where they could look at every step. It was fairly precarious for them. I'm not saying they ruled out eventually not supporting him. I think this was a slow game for them. But nevertheless, it was always on the cards, the 8 of Cups. He lost the election and, they were going to find someone new, someone less controversial. So this is walking away from what no longer serves. And in their case, Trump, the potential was, if this information came out, the potential was that he would no longer serve their interests. I'll bring the laptop down because these are interesting cards. The immediate future in investigation. And look, I have said all along that Liz Cheney is out to get Trump. Liz Cheney and whoever backs her. So she, right now she's doing Democratic Party interests. She's by joining the January 6th committee. There is a woman who is, and this is somebody who can wield the law as well. I don't know who's investigating the money side of things. I don't know who's in charge in the EDNY, but regardless, this is a woman who's wielding a pretty powerful sword of truth. Okay, so in the Republican Party, in the here and now, they're wanting a new start. I see this through the cards. I see truth coming out and a new start needed. But it's not time just yet. There's partisanship within the Republican Party, and it really has lost its way. They've been blinded by this partisanship, this overwhelming emotion. So we kind of know, if you put your intuitive feel around it, we kind of know what's going to happen in the future here. And the hope is that the truth will come forward. The fear is that it will. There's no conundrum there. Either way, the truth is coming forward. the outcome is we have the Three of Swords, heartbreak, loss, treachery, trade, divorce. Basically, this is the divorce card. So they know what's coming out. They know that he is going to be, damaged goods. They're feeling very insecure about the future. And right now, they're looking to cut away from him. The Seven of Pentacles, because of this loss. Now in Texas, the Trump candidate didn't get up. The outside runner, Republican, got up instead. So the senators are feeling more emboldened about challenging him, which doesn't say much for them, does it? Here we have review because of loss. Review because of loss. And the Knight of Pentacles, they want somebody more, reliable, sustainable in the longer term. Who knows where Trump will be in 12, 18 months. Could even be in prison. Okay, they're making decisions at the moment. Look at all these twos. The Two of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands having to defend themselves. So, in a way, the way politics works, unfortunately, I wish we were all, could adopt the same system as we see in the eastern part of the world, where rulers are seen, compassionate rulers are seen for their strength. The way that politics works is, when you haven't got that political clout, you don't have any supporters. So they're weighing all this up. They're making decisions at the moment, and they know they've got to defend themselves in the future from something pretty big that's coming down the pike. And I think watching Barack indicted and this whole nexus, Saudi Arabia, Israel, they all knew about that. But they're being leaked to. The GOP senators are being leaked to about what is coming down the line. That's my intuitive take on where Trump's support is at the moment. They're making decisions about whether to cast him free, but they will do it. They want a new start. They will do it in a way that doesn't cost or jeopardize their. This isn't an altruistic cutting free. This is a political cutting free. This is what I think they're deciding and weighing up at the moment. So let's just see. Is it the Barack indictment that has them rattled? Because they weren't so worried about Giuliani. There was a distance there. Is this the Barack indictment? Let me give this a good shuffle. Is this the Barack indictment that has them so worried? Is this the Barack indictment that has them so worried? I've got the Chariot. Look, I guess so. The Tower card clarified by defending themselves. Yeah. It's what went on at the highest echelons of power in relation to Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and how the presidency was really monetized under Trump and Kushner. Okay, I don't know that I got to whether Kushner was talking. Did I get to that? So he's caught up in this because he was the wingman that was liaising between that nexus. And very early on, I want to say very early on, I picked up this pretty dark nexus between Saudi Arabia, Israel, and the Trump White House. I think it was amongst some of the earliest readings I did on Trump. And of course, Russia was involved in that Saudi Arabia and Israel connection under Netanyahu. I hope that Israel finds new ways and new leadership. Okay, so Kushner. Now he's apparently opening up an investment business and could be based in Israel. That's kind of telling me something here. Is Kushner talking to the feds? Is Kushner talking to the feds about the Barrett-Trump matter? Is Kushner talking to federal law enforcement authorities? Page of Swords, truth, some kind of spy in the camp, treachery. Page of Swords, wielding a big sword, challenged by this Two of Swords, which I think is a common thing that's running through anyone that's supporting Trump. The Barrack indictment has really, really worried them. Two of Swords, decisions, heavy decisions needing to be made around what? Some kind of information that's being delivered that has to do with truth. Let's see what the foundation, Knight of Pentacles. This can also be, this is like a loyal servant, somebody who's reliable, sustainable, somebody that moves forward. Sometimes this came up in the last outcome as well. Who is talking? Do the Republican senators know? I'm just going to posit that question, that Kushner is talking. Strength in the past. He had perhaps had some kind of strength in the past. He had a strong position within the Trump administration. He showed strength in some way, or he leveraged strength. The Wheel of Fortune in the sky, a potential here. Things changing, the wheel spinning. It's a very karmic card. Outcome card. I guess there's not a lot of doubt when you see this Eight of Wands. This is a lot. This is like a lot of information coming forward very quickly. Multiple matters. Temperance, moderation and healing. The atmosphere around loss. So I remember Bill Barr, the former Attorney General under Trump, said, history is written by the winners. This is loss. What is happening now is a rebalancing. In the hopes and fears, this is having to make a heavy decision. And the Eight of Pentacles is the outcome card, which is having a certain skill to bring forward. This can also be money laundering as well. The King of Wands is my card for lawyers, courts. And the Five of Cups, something being spilt, but two remaining. If he is not talking yet, he will certainly consider it in the future. Here she is, having something to be revealed. This cup has leverage, something to be revealed about the money overseas money. So that's his leverage, that's his strength, is turning evidence to avoid some kind of prosecution himself. Because he's funny, withdrawing from politics, going, perhaps living based in Israel as well. Is he considering leaving the country? This is relocation. Is Kushner considering? Okay, so we have the Magician and we have insecurity about money. Is Kushner considering, just a couple of cards, is Kushner considering leaving the country? Seven of Cups, he's making choices. This is Piscean energy, making choices but finding it difficult. He's challenged by being chained to somebody or something. This is his past catching up to him. Yeah, the World card, that's interesting. As the foundation of the reading, endings and beginnings. In the past, the Ten of Pentacles, money, family money, the Trump organization, disappointment, back against the wall. Lost Three Cups. There's a whole lot of loss here for him. and the Two of Wands. He's made a plan that comes to fruition in time. This is time, something that he's decided. Justice, yeah. Okay, so if he's not talking now, he may in the future. He understands that justice is catching up. Justice is catching up. So he's making decisions now to really, that's that Wheel of Fortune. He understands that things are changing. One more. Relocation. Six of Swords. I think it's pretty clear. Relocating. Judgment. Something that is inevitable. Something that is inevitable. And this is what I see. This is what I see that the GOP senators understand as well. Okay, Sarah Huckabee Sanders. I want to just pull a few cards because I want to get on to some COVID questions. Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Trump's lying. Yes, she lied. That's the truth. Press secretary, former press secretary, now standing for governor in Arkansas. Unfortunately, in Arkansas, people are dying of COVID. She's running on a platform as I will not mandate masks, nor will I mandate vaccines. Has she received the vaccination? Have her loved ones received the vaccination? Okay. Three of Cups, circles of support. She's being supported by the Trump infrastructure. Let's have a look. Will Sarah Huckabee Sanders win the governorship of Arkansas? Will Sarah Huckabee Sanders win the governorship of Arkansas? Deeply red state. Her father was the former governor. Seems to indicate... Oh, lying. Probably she will, but look, there's no doubt she's lying through her teeth. She hasn't learnt anything, has she? Knight of Cups, she's schmoozing through the lies. Getting people on side. Five of Pentacles, losing in the past. Some of them have axes to grind. Page of Cups, there's a bombshell here, a surprise that's crowning this reading. She's going to be restricted in the future. How interesting. In the here and now, the Queen of Pentacles. What's happening in Arkansas in relation to money, the economy there, instability. People are very insecure about their finances there. Is there a lot of poverty in that area? Hopes and fears. The Seven of Cups is Piscean energy, making bad choices. The outcome card is Trump. They will vote her in because of Trump, but honestly, it is the government, the Hierophant. But we've also got Truth coming forward. I think she's going to win there, but it's there's bombshells coming out which is going to hurt her. So some kind of truth coming out. She'll be caught up in all of this as well. The Lovers card. We have the Star card. Let's hope that there's healing. The Nine of Swords. A lot of anxiety there amongst the actual people, and it has to do with their economy. The deaths that are happening there. There's something around her lies being exposed. So I guess watch this space. But if they vote her in, it's because they would vote for Trump in a heartbeat still. However, we've got a lot of truth coming out in relation to Trump in the future. Okay, so I want to know, with Delta breaking out everywhere, and what is happening in my own country, let's go forward a bit to other variants that might come forward to vaccine rollouts across the world. Just cut these cards. You know, are we ever going to get on top of COVID? No matter where in the world you live, are we going to get on top of COVID? Are we going to get on top of COVID? Somebody's offering me something. I think it's the Temperance card. And there's a balancing, a rebalancing occurring. Are we ever going to get on top of COVID? There's an eye here as well. It's like an all-seeing. So I have no doubt that this is all part of our changing times. As a society, are we going to get on top of COVID? Yes. Here's the Chariot card. It's indicating a yes. It's a yes card, but it's not going to be quick. So here's our Knight of Pentacles. As long as we have this reliable and sustainable approach, as long as we keep putting one step in front of the other, we will get on top. But it's not a quick process. The Page of Wands. This is it's not the king or queen, but this is somebody moving forward, armed with information, armed with what, armed with a vaccination. So it's not going to be quick as we would like, but we do have moving forward, perhaps coming up in the aftermath, learning those lessons. I hope so. Queen of Swords in the past. This is around having a plan, a strategy, logic, approaching this through science, not through being triggered, not through the emotions. The Emperor is crowning this reading. This is control, but it's only a potential. The more that we can control that outbreak, if you look at the fire behind, the more likely it is that we are going to be able to get on top of COVID. It will take a coming together by more than just one party. We have to bring everyone along here. Right now it's hitting economies hard, and leaders are making choices around vaccine passports and other matters. So, in other words, the imperative and the practicality of keeping our economies open is going to drive a lot of political decisions, including to the right of politics. The truth coming forward. The Ace of Swords, again, using knowledge, not emotion on this one. The Four of Wands in the hopes and fears. This is coming together as a community. We're not quite there yet, and it's going to take some time. This is the Ten of Wands. It's going to be hard. So bunker down. If we don't be pretty hard about what we need to do about getting control, and it is going to be difficult. Yeah, okay. The Star card. So this is a yes in time, but it's going to be hard. The Star card. What is going to drive us toward that healing in order to get on top is the Tower card, unfortunately. So we know, it's like as I'm reading and pulling these cards, I know you know. I know you know. The Lovers, unity. At a crossroads. This rank politicization. The emotions out of control. I do want to talk a little. Yeah, we have to come together, and this is all of us. All of us. In many countries, they're out on their own at the moment, so it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. We might be back and forth with COVID for even another 10 years. I hope not. But we need a lot of people to come together, and there's this. This tower stuff that I'm seeing all the time in our politics, in the deaths, in the people in the ICUs. And, it's like what is the tower? breaks down everything, breaks it down through, in many ways, adversity, and it allows us to then rebuild and transform. So this would be in keeping with what the astrology is telling us and where we need to go with that Aquarian energy. So stay safe, everybody. Keep walking the path. Keep the logic. Keep the truth at the forefront. Keep working on those shadow areas. I know I do. And we'll be back again with another reading. Again, after the week, for the week ahead. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Bye for now.